Hey, what's up, peoples? It's your boy Jay on the Segway. Today's video, we got the ST. We're gonna take it for a ride. Me and my boy Drake. So what we're doing today is we're gonna take these bikes. We're gonna ride to Kingman, Kansas, which is basically the dealership where I got this bike from. And I have some parts from my old bike that I need to turn in so they can give it to the new owners who actually purchased it. So we're gonna make that happen, and then we're gonna go to our friend Scott's shop and visit him. And then after that, who knows? So stay tuned for the rise.
As you can see, we got a little bit of humidity this morning, which is quite typical for northeastern Kansas, which is kind of where I actually live. So today we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go on ahead and ride to Kingman, Kansas. That's Kingman, Kansas. I'm gonna drop these Bergman parts off, and then we're gonna go on and get to Scott's. Call him Scott. That's his name anyway, at least. The name of his business is Slim Pickings. So if you guys are riding along Highway 56, okay, I need to get used to these hill starts. So, Scott from Slim Pickings, if you're riding along US 56, and I'll verify that in this video, go check him out, man. It's a nice little small convenience store. I'll call it a convenience store. And he has fuel there, which is usually about the cheapest in the area. And really, really, really cool people. He does a lot of cooking on his own. Like them clouds out there in the distance. But we'll see how this plays out. But he does some of the baking. You'll see some baking products in his store. And him and his wife Tina, they actually do it on their own. So oh wow, this suit's really comfortable. I highly recommend checking them out. And tell them Jason sent you. They'll know me. I'm his buddy. They have a son named Miles. Miles is really cool. That's a cool kid. Very smart. He can actually run the store on his own. So if you ever get to meet Miles, tell him Jason sent hi. And Miles will be their son, by the way. But anyways, we're gonna meet up in Sena, Kansas with Drake at a Pilot, fuel station. And then from there, we'll head out to Kingman, Kansas, and going to get these parts dropped off. This outfit is really nice. I mean, it's kind of cool right now, temperature wise. So we'll see how it fares when it gets up to 100 degrees today, because it will get up to 100 degrees today. Alrighty, we are in Sena, Kansas, meeting up with Drake. And yeah, I'm probably gonna get fuel. Let me see. I got 72.9, 73 miles so far on this tank of gas. And bike's doing all right, man. And since we're getting about 42.7 miles to the gallon, that 42.7 includes a couple of things. It includes riding around in town. After I got fuel, I went to the motorcycle shop, and then after the motorcycle shop, I went to the store and grabbed a couple of things. And then I went home. So, anyways, we're gonna get this fuel popping, wait for Drake to show up, and we'll be on our way.
Alright, so we got our boy Drake over there getting fuel and shit. Oh, I need some fuel looking at. Let me get that looking at. Heard some music playing, turned out to be him. So when he's done getting fuel, he's gonna ride over here and we're gonna figure out. I already got the routes figured out, so we're just gonna go on ahead and make it happen. Alright. See you guys in a little bit.
Way to Kingman. So this Honda's doing pretty good, y'all. Not too bad. I'm getting about 38 miles to the gallon at 80 miles an hour. This car, she's doing something in there. Getting her a little sippy sip on. All right, Hutchinson, Kansas, guys. Hutchinson, Kansas. We're up here doing the stoplight thing. You got the dog hanging out with the glasses on and shit. So we got Kingman, Kansas here. This is one of the towns. I don't know if your town, if you guys actually have a library, but you don't see wow, old buildings. You don't see too many libraries out these days anymore out here in the middle of the U.S. Maybe you do. I just don't see them often enough. And I know there's still some towns that still have their libraries, but this is definitely one of them. Pretty cool little town. Very small. I mean, you could almost sneeze a couple times and you didn't driven out of here. So, but this is off of US 54. This is an east to west US highway. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool place. And if you guys are rolling down this way, stop by Kingman. Remember, Bobzbikez. And I'll put a link in the description below. You guys can look on his website and look at the kind of bikes he has. All right, we're in Bobzbikez. It's got all these bikes up here. That's the mechanic shop. Got older bikes back here. You got a couple seats, different kind of bikes with the names on it: Indian Scout, Aquero. These are all used bikes. They do trade-ins. They sometimes they'll buy new bikes from dealerships. If someone goes to a dealer and they want to sell their car, they'll sell it to the dealer and he'll buy these from the dealer. Got all kinds of bikes here. Bobzbikez, Kingman, Kansas. Check it out.
Hold two files for me. 10,034.
This
one here's the lower lights right there.
And I think it's 9980. It may be 9989. So that's your.
That's actually kind of nice. Get that right there. Live to ride. Really good prices. Got a couple of cruisers. Got helmets too. One-stop shop. Got merch. Get you some merch. Do financing. You can buy your bike straight up. And they actually do services also. So I'm actually gonna make a recommendation, but he might not be able to do it. This one's a pretty nice little ride too. All right, come down to Bobzbikez, check it out. Peoples, we are coming up on Moscow, Kansas. What do you guys think about the video that I made with the helmet as far as what I'm using for audio? This may or may not work for you guys. Remember, how the audio is going to sound is really going to depend on the helmet type you have and the bike you ride. See, I got a full fairing, motorcycle here with a windscreen that can go literally a little bit over my head. I can get complete silence well, not complete silence, but damn near complete silence if I really want to with this bike in particular, because my windscreen adjusts accordingly. If you're riding a naked bike, you may want to get a quieter helmet. This helmet right here is the HJC Max 2 something. It's right there, down there below in the description. That's the kind of helmet that I have. And this helmet's okay. I'm pretty sure that this is probably in the middle as far as quiet helmets go. If I didn't have the windscreen, it'd be a lot noisier in this helmet, I'm pretty sure. So, when you look at some of the cruiser guys and some of the Goldwing guys,
You guys who ride sport bikes may use Shoei Neotech 2 helmets, for example. It's supposed to be one of the quietest helmets on the market, if not the quietest helmet on the market. You know, 70-some decibels at 60 miles an hour, I think it is, on a naked bike. That's very quiet. I mean, that's quieter than some cars. US 50. Gosh, what the hell? Alright guys, here we are, Moscow. There you go, Miles. What's up, Miles? Nice ride. The belt's not, or is it supposed to be like that? Okay, so we got this little makeshift three-wheeler, guys. I'm about to take this for a little ride. My man Miles got me fixed up right now. This is fucking stupid. Oh man, you know something, guys? I have a ZL1 Camaro, right? Then I got a CRV, and then I got a Pro Charge Civic. Stacy isn't Pro Charged anymore. Oh shit, I ain't got no brakes. Stacy isn't Pro Charged anymore, right? But I swear, man, when people say, hey, oh, I bet you have fun, the most fun in that car, don't you? And they look at me crazy sometimes when I tell them the most fun I have driving is on my electric scooters. And if it ain't my electric scooters, then it'll be on my in my CRV. Sometimes, guys, slow is fast. At least that's how I feel about it. This is fun. Could you imagine having something like this to ride around town in? Oh, that was crazy. This is super cool. Oh, this is funny. And we're done. All right, guys. We just left Scotty's place, Scotty and Tina's place. It's AKA Slim Pickings. Man, they fed us good. They gave us some burgers with some bourbon, bacon, lettuce. You know, we had some ketchup in there with some fries, and a splash of beef brisket. That was damn good, guys. And you see, when you go there, if you go there, hopefully you go there, there's really nice people. You won't see everything on the menu. So just, if you're thinking of something, just tell them, hey, I'm thinking about this. Could you guys make that? And they'll accommodate you, man. You know? Pretty good. Had some Mountain Dew for a drink. You know, that's my favorite soda. If I'm gonna have a soda, it's usually gonna be a Mountain Dew. Ever so often, I might replace it with like a Pepsi or a Sprite, but Mountain Dew's typically what I go for. Have me a couple little cups of Mountain Dew with ice in it. Am I making you hungry yet? Because you should be. And now I got this old belly is full, and I ain't gonna hold you. I'm tired. You know, the motorcycle, you're like a truck driver in a sense, where how much attention you pay to everything. Everything. You're constantly on the lookout. If you're that type of rider, I mean, if you're a good rider, I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna say good riders usually are always aware of their surroundings, which requires you to look around a lot. It just requires a lot of you, from you. So when you're doing that all day for 24 hours straight, when you look at all those little things, it wears you out, guys. You'll just be worn out, you know? I'm still young. I turned 41 years old last week. I think that's still young, to be honest. I don't even feel 41 when I look at what 41 used to look like when I was a kid. I'm like, damn, y'all motherfuckers old. But me, I'm still out here doing young guy stuff. I guess I've met guys younger than me who looked older than I do, and their physical existence was just in worse condition than mine. So something to be grateful for, you know, good health. I think that's one of the most underrated things. One of the most underrated things in life is your health, you know. I think we forget how grateful we should be for having such good health, because, you know, some people are born with issues that are so severe that, you know, good health is not something that they get, it's not a luxury for them, you know. So anyways, I have a habit of not catching all the cool stuff. I mean, there's nothing cool about another rider being broke down, but there was a gentleman on a Harley. He ran over something on his back tire was just completely out. So we had, you know, pulled over to the side to help him, which leads to one point, and a lot of you guys probably already know this, man. But if you guys are like some of my scooter viewers, it's always good to have a tire patch kit when you're riding a motorcycle, even when you're riding an electric scooter. But electric scooter, I guess it depends on what type of tires you have or whatever. You might not have, like if you have an inner tube.
Oh shit.
What? You didn't see that? If you have an inner tube in your tire, you're gonna probably, your problems are gonna be bigger than just patching. So, but on a motorcycle for sure, you definitely want to have a tire patch kit, maybe a lighter, you know, and an air pump. You just never know. I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere in Kansas, and that guy had that flat tire, and he just happened to have somebody, you know, be on their way to help him. So we were good with leaving him. He said, "Oh, you guys are good. You can go on ahead," and I got somebody coming to help me out. So we went on ahead and left him there, and hopefully he's good to go. I don't think I've ever gotten on it like that with this bike. That was different. I didn't even really get on it. I just gave it enough throttle to get me through the gap without wringing it out. Be a washer bike. That just happened. I've never seen that before. Came through here last week, wasn't there. Every time we turn around, something new somewhere, man. Fuck. This might just be temporary. It might just be for like this weekend or something. Damn, look at that thing. And usually when I'm in towns like this, like you see how there's 2 lanes on each side, if there's a car in front of me, I try to stay in the left lane. And it don't matter which position, if I'm on the left side or the right side of the left lane. If I cannot be in the left lane, I'll be in the left side of the right lane, just to make myself visible to cars that's coming from my right, from these side streets. Often they don't see us, or, you know, you see how the sun is behind me, right? So technically I should have my high beams on to make myself more visible. Because although my headlights are very bright and clear at night for me to see the road, you know, without blinding everybody, and I have adjustable headlights. This switch right here allows me to move my headlights up and down, I think 35 degrees or something like that. It's super dope. But yeah, people just pull out. But I try to keep myself visible, and then when I know the sun is behind me, it makes me that much harder to see, because like I told you guys, although my headlights are very bright and clear for me, where I can see very well, when it's daylight hours and I have the whole sun behind me, I'm not that visible. My lights aren't that bright. Now when I put the brights on, you know what I'm saying? The brights on this joker, it fills in the headlight housing with bright, powerful light. And it actually throws, as far as for me goes, like as far as what I can see while I'm riding at night, it throws a light probably like a half a mile down the road. It's quite incredible, actually. It's almost like a tunnel vision, high beam type of deal going on. So what's going on here? A lot of vehicles. So yeah, it throws the high beams way down the road. Just super cool for me. Of course, when I see vehicles coming, I turn them off. I don't like blinding people. I'm always trying to be considerate. But okay, we finally made it out of there. Note to self and to you guys, when you're riding behind a vehicle pulling a trailer, always keep a very good distance, you know, as much distance as possible where you're not being a little too ridiculous, because a lot of these trailers, whether it's an excavator in the back, this guy up ahead, he's got a four-wheeler in the back of his, you know, they're going off-roading. There's rocks and stuff on the trailer now from the four-wheeler's tires or from the wheel wells of the four-wheeler. It goes over small bumps. Those little rocks, they jump off the four-wheeler's tires or off the trailer that the four-wheeler's on that's being pulled by the pickup truck in this situation. And those rocks, it's like someone playing skip the rocks on the water. If you guys ever played that as a kid or as an adult, where you kind of take the rocks and you throw it, or stones, because I guess stones have a smoother surface, so they bounce across the water better. That's kind of what happens here. If the stones and rocks jump off that trailer as they go off a little bumps, like these little overpasses here, these little bridges, you know, rocks will jump off, they'll bounce around, and depending on what type of bike you got, you may actually get hit with something, and it's gonna hurt. And if you're a panicky person, you may go man overboard. So, to avoid all of that, keep a really good distance. The faster you go, the bigger the distance. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna go around him because he obviously doesn't want to drive over 60, and ain't nobody got time for that. And he's got somebody in front of him, but there's a big gap between him and that guy. But anywho's, yeah, always keep that in mind, all right? And I'm out of here, and I'll see you guys in a hot second. All right, y'all. We're at the point where I'm about to piece my homie out. There we go. We dabbed it up, baby. Wow, that was a bold move, Mr. Sheriff. That was really bold. Alright, peoples, I hope the GoPro is still working. I think it's on right now. So I'm coming into town. It is 8:21 p.m. Saturday, evening hours. It was a good ride. I can't really tell you how many miles I've actually ridden today. But what I am going to start doing is I'm going to start using that one app. I think it's, is it Relive? Can't remember the app. I think that's it. Basically, it'll record everything. Elevation, speed. I'm either going to use the Relive app or I'm going to use my Garmin GPS that I use for my bicycles, because that thing also records all kinds of information. Elevation changes, weather, the parts that I've used the most fuel is how it would be translated. If you was actually riding a bicycle, it'll be the parts that you had to use the most energy to ride, you know, the sections and everything. It's super dope. I use it in my electric scooter videos and in like a few of my bicycle riding videos. Very informational, so I'll find a way to mount it up to this bike here. That way I could show you guys some stats, actual distances and things like that. It'll add a little bit of interest to the videos, I would think. What's everybody eating for dinner tonight, man? What's for dinner? I need dinner ideas. By the time you guys see this video, I'm probably already have eaten dinner today. But for when I see you guys' ideas in the comments, I'm gonna definitely write them down for the future for dinner ideas. That's often something I think about. And it could be something either that I cook or something that I order out. Now, be mindful that I do live in Manhattan, Kansas, which is in the middle of the country. Options are kind of sort of limited, especially after a certain time, but right now should be still a good time to get some good eats around town. But I don't think I'm gonna end it here. I'll give you guys a somewhat of a proper ending. Oh, SRT Hellcat red eye or wide body. That's interesting. You don't see those very often. I'll see you guys in a little bit once I get the bike all stopped and shut down. I need to stretch my legs. My legs are all cramped and stuff right now. Need to figure out how to make this bike a little bit more comfortable. They had a modifications for these things right here, and it would be highway pegs, I guess they call them. So they'll basically replace those little hard plastic. Basically, those things are there to, if the bike falls over, it doesn't damage the body very much. And that's if you drop it like almost at a near standstill. Not if you're like riding and you fall off. If you're riding and you fall off, it'll probably slide on that. And there's a bar inside of this plastic piece that if the plastic were to rub out completely, that bar will be there to take the rest of the abuse from an actual accidental slide. Oh, look at this nigga was about to. Oh, he was like, shit. Anyways, look at that old train station right there. It's pretty cool. It's a museum, most likely. I'll probably go check it out. I want to see what that's all about. It's funny because that Kia Stinger right there on my right, that man, when he saw me running up on him, that man hit the brake so fast, he must have thought I was a cop, because I am kind of sort of dressed like one when you think about it, wearing the colors. And this bike is a police bike in certain areas, certain departments around the US and Europe. I don't know if they still use them, but it is a bike that is known. So if you know bikes kind of sort of well, and you see this bike coming up from behind, you're automatically going to probably think that I'm a cop. So all of a sudden now he wants to go drive fast, you know what I mean? So this bike with a rider that is able is just as fast as my ZL1, which means Mr. Kia Stinger has no chance. If I wanted to destroy him, I could do so with ease. That dinner though. Anyways, let me get off the horn and I'll see you guys in a hot second.
All right, guys, so I appreciate you guys watching the video. Like and subscribe if you like this type of content. Finally got the ST washed up. It's the next day, by the way. I was too tired to do an ending video. But anyways, Honda did pretty well. We did 670 miles yesterday, and it turned out pretty good. Honda's pretty good bike, nice and comfy. It allowed me to see what I need to improve on as far as comfort goes for long distance riding. So I probably need new boots, something more comfortable for long riding. I adjusted my seat position, so I'll try my next long ride with the new position that I, with the new adjustments that I've made. And riding boots. Oh, I said that already. And cruise control. Gotta get cruise control. All right. So anyways, Jay on the Segway. See you guys later. Peace.